Today I'm going to show you how you can fix problem areas in your technique. So what we're going to work on now is how to identify problem areas and work on those. So I'm going to use a pick and run as an example. I'm just going to make it up on the spot. It might sound like dog balls, but we'll give it a go. It's not really important, it's just for example purposes. So okay, so it's a bit different from your usual straight up, straight down lick. There's a few different things going on there. So let's say you get to this point and you have a problem there. Is there any point going every time? Let's find out where the problem area is. Maybe the problem area is that string change from the D string to the G. Maybe that's the problem. Right? It could be going from the D to the G back to the D again. So it's this part. Yeah, so we don't need to go all the way to get to that problem area. We will just isolate the problem area. But here's the thing to remember. You can't just pick any part of any lick and then just practice it any way you want to. You have to make sure that you're playing it the same way it's going to appear in that lick, right? So in this case, luckily, that lick starts on a downstroke, so that's quite easy. So I can just isolate it and play it that way. If that lick occurred in the whole run, starting on an upstroke, and I didn't practice it that way, then all the practice I would do would be a waste of time because I'm not practicing it how it's going to appear. So let's take another part of the lick. Okay, so this movement, when I go to the B string, let's say I have a problem there, right? Right, so I'm going from an upstroke on the G string to a downstroke on the B string. Right, that's very important. So these string crosses have to be exactly the same as they appear in the whole run when I isolate them. So I have to make sure I know exactly what pitch. That's why the memorization stage is so important when we learn any lick, because we need to know how it's played, because then we can narrow down into the little areas where the problems are and then play them exactly as they appear in the whole run. Right, so yeah, so I can just isolate whatever area I need to there and play it as it appears in the lick. So if your lick has bits starting on upstrokes or starting on downstrokes, just make sure you know how they occur in the greater, wider environment of the lick that they're in and practice them that way, all right? Because if you practice something differently to how you're going to play it, all the practice you do is a waste of time. And it's the same, I mean, this goes back to what I said about picking technique and your hand position looking different and practicing slowly in a way that is different to how you actually play when you're under pressure. All of these things really do have an effect. So practice how you are going to play and that you will get much better results that way. Don't practice in a way that is idealistic and looks good, because you don't play that way, I promise you that. Anyway, that's enough from me for this episode. Join me next week for the next episode. All right, so I'll see you there.